We live, we live. What it look like? What it look like, y'all? Crazy, crazy few couple of days, man. I was unable to do the live yesterday. I'm just not in the mood of showing my face. But I gotta always talk to the people, even when times is rough and hard. And I don't want to say hard, you understand? But yesterday my son dislocated his shoulder for the second time playing basketball. I had to stop what I was doing to go pick him up and bring him to the emergency room because the ambulance told my son, well, had me on speaker, told me and my son that they're not by law, they aren't able to send, um, you know, by law, they're not able to send a person to the hospital of their request or some bullshit like that, which is a complete lie. The only time by law you subject to take somebody to the nearest hospital is when that person is dying. Somebody got shot, they having a heart attack. They going through some horrific, life-threatening situation. I say, yo, bro, my son had a dislocated shoulder, son, a dislocated shoulder that you could easily just take him to the hospital of our desire. You know what I'm saying? And that pissed me off yesterday because this is just a prime example of when you don't have nothing to support you, when you don't have a community, when you don't have the finances and the resources the way that we should have as black people, as much money we touch, there's no way that these people are literally navigating our lives and how we move and what we do and what we say. And just that alone pisses me off. You understand? It pisses me off. And, I took him to the hospital where my mother used to work at. So, you know what I'm saying? He gets a fair treatment because, you know what I'm saying? These people really go out their way to, you know, these people go out their way to literally take advantage of black people, bro. And that shit really be pissing me off. That, the things of the old. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about how things was when we first came off these ships and how these Europeans used to just literally, do experiments on us. You understand the lack of treatment. You know what I'm saying? When we was in the dungeons and, they kept us tied down for months, weeks to months. And people is over here, dying from diseases that could have been avoided. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, here we go again. Like there's really nothing new under the sun. And again, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to show my face, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a little agitated on the wake up, you know what I'm saying? And it had nothing to do with y'all. It's just yesterday was a long day. You understand? And for me to come home after taking my son to the emergency room, after them putting his shoulder back, being there for a long period of time, I then had to come home and fix the sink because my pipe in my sink burst and I had to fix that. You know what I'm saying? So having to go to Home Depot, buying the supplies, then on my way home to go fix it, I'm hit with a phone call from my son. And my son tells me, Dad, I dislocated my shoulder again. And of course, he needs his dad there. So, you know, it's just one of those frustrating days, guys. You know what I'm saying? And then to make matters even worse, right? To make matters even worse, I'm watching the. All right, let's go back for a minute. Let's go back for a minute. So I posted something on IG, right? Well, I commented on something that was already posted. And in that post was a mother just finished giving birth to this baby, bro. The baby was literally not even 10 minutes out the womb. Did you know that these people wiped this baby up and then sent this baby to his new adopted parents? And his adopted parents was two bate boys? So of course, I'm in an outrage behind it, said what I had to say, and the responses that you could never imagine. I never in my life ever thought that black people would be in an agreement to some shit like this. You understand? And I'm not gonna act like every black person was like, oh my gosh, leave them alone. But the fact that we have black people saying that, that's mind-boggling. And then it hits me. Yo, we the only people that support everything that's bad, bro. Everything that's bad, black people support, bro. It doesn't even matter the criteria, it doesn't even matter the history. We support it. And it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. You understand what I'm saying to you guys? That shit is crazy, absurd. It's really absurd. But it's like, what can you do? What can you honestly do as an individual? What can you honestly do as a man that sees through the lies and don't want no parts of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you honestly do, bro? And when you think about it, bro, you really can't do absolutely nothing. It's the same bullshit over and over and over again. And when I tell brothers and sisters the cause of it, that infuriates brothers and sisters. It infuriates when I tell people the God-given truth. It literally infuriates them. And it's crazy. I'm like, wait, so are you upset because I'm telling you the origin of this behavior? Are you upset that I'm telling you where this flower pot, this seed, where it comes from? You guys are really upset? That's mind-boggling to me. You know what I'm saying? It's mind-boggling. And that our people really not trying to stand on business, bro. We all about fashion. We all about trending. Niggas is following, bro. We got grown men following. Like, yo, bro, I realize today's groupies are not even the women. Today's groupies are the men. Niggas want to follow what's trending. Like if it's, yo, bro, yo, son, my son got 5,000 followers. Niggas tune in. And when I see what they tuning in and what they're listening to, I'm saying, you guys are listening to this? You guys are listening to grown men arguing with other men? You listening to niggas arguing European ideology, philosophies? You over here arguing about what you believe in, what you keyword believe in, you believe it. Meaning it's not even factual, bro. And you guys is arguing about that. We arguing about who's relevant, who's not. And guess what these people like to do? They're like, yo, you don't got more followers than me. You don't got more money than me. I'm like, yo, bro, this is what we doing. This is what we doing in 2025. We sitting here and we're talking about what the next man's got. We checking the next man's pocket. We bragging about financial. That's what Europeans did, bro. How did that energy make its way to the community of the niggers, bro? How? Yo, bro. How? And you guys know how? You feel me? You guys know how? You guys know exactly how these things transpire, bro. It's just the problem is niggas don't want to admit it. Niggas don't want to admit it. Females don't want to admit it. You understand? It's all about what I believe in. And it's time for us to stop with this narrative. It's no longer what you believe in, bro. It's literally, yo, what is the facts? What is the odds? What is the chances? What's gonna happen if I walk here? What is it going to do for me physically? You know what I'm saying? Financially. What is these things gonna do to me if I subject myself into this? Nobody can answer that. Nobody can answer that. And some people don't even want to answer it because our people wants to stay in the state of belief. I can't function like that. While we trying to believe and we waiting and we hoping, look how these people violate. Yo, bro, I just watched my son literally be told by the EMS that we're not taking your child to the hospital because to the hospital of your preference, because by law it says we can't do that. And when I asked what's the law, tell me the law. Tell me the law, the number and everything. And I'll let you know if this is for real or not. They wouldn't give me the law. But this just goes to show that we as black people have lost our way. We have no pull. We have no say. It's like I feel like the system is literally programming people not to respect black people's feelings, not to respect fathers and mothers. You know what I'm saying? Like when I went to the hospital and the guy was like, "Are you the parent?" I said, "Nah, I'm his father." You understand? Like I'm nobody's parent. That little boy came out of that little grown, I can't even call him a little boy, he's a grown ass man, came out of my nut sacks. I ain't nobody's father, I ain't nobody's parent. Heck you talking about? You understand? And when he seen that, he knew I was a different person. Like when these people talk to you and you give them a certain response, that's when they realize, oh no, this nigga is somebody different. He's not the average lost person. Well, for example, when they say things like, oh, is that your kid? I said, no, that's not, I don't have a kid. I have a child. That's my son. That's my child. Like I said, it's a whole different respect level behind that. You understand? It's a totally different respect level because they know that you know. You understand? They know that you're just not one of these ignorant, lost niggas, bro. And that's the problem. We embrace the bad so much that the entire world thinking that's just how we are. We just deranged, ignorant, stupid, always angry, always complaining, always pointing fingers, doing this, doing that. Everything is dysfunctional in the black household, bro. It's just complete dysfunction going on, bro. And then it's like, yo, what's the cause of this? What's the cause of this? What's the cause of this? And when I tell the niggas what's the cause of it, everybody gets mad at me, bro. Everybody gets mad, bro. When I tell brothers and sisters, this is the cause, guys. This is the reason why we here, guys. Look, the proof is in the pudding. It's all for you to see. It's all for you to see. Niggas get upset, bro. People get upset. People say, yo, man, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what it's like you don't trust in God or this and that. And I don't trust in God. I believe in the higher power. I say this all the time. I believe in the higher power. I just know. And you see, I don't say I believe. I don't say I believe. I don't say I believe I can fly. I'm not telling you I believe. I know that this God that's coming out of the Biblos isn't my God. It's not for me. It's not for us. It's not for our people. And if it was, I really want you guys to process and think about this. If it was for us, if it was for our people, right? If it was, let's just say it was. And it literally was a tool to set us free. Just think about this for a minute. If it really was for our people, and I'm speaking about religion right now, if it really was for our people, and it really was ours, you telling me these Europeans wouldn't take it down already? You telling me if this Hebrew Israelite movement was for real, if it was really what it was, like these people say it is, if it really was what it was, you telling me these people want to take it down? These people took down everything that was supporting of black people, anything that was uplifting black people. His history has shown they've taken it down. But nobody took down the Hebrew Israelites. Nobody took down Christianity. Nobody took down Judaism. Nobody took down Islam. Why? You know why? You know why? Because it was not to do nothing. All of it is lies. They took down the Black Panther Party. They infiltrated everything. Anything that black people created, they infiltrated. And they did it from the inside or they killed you from the outside. This is facts. This is not me giving my assumptions or my belief, bro. This is not me giving my assumptions or the belief, bro. These are the facts. These are the facts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna sit here and argue and fight with people to make people believe that. You gotta prove that to me. Make that make sense, bro. You gotta make that make sense, bro. You gotta make that make sense. Anything that was to uplift black people, these people has taken it down. Why haven't they taken down Christianity? Why haven't they taken down Judaism? Why haven't they taken down Islam? Why? Because all these things are a joke. All these things are lies. All these things are literally designed to corrupt and keep us in a state of confusion, delusion, waiting for a kumbaya story to take place. These are the things that these people are giving us. These things are not facts, bro. These things are not facts, bro. Boss man. Boss man, can you move up a bit? Oh, thank you. You understand what I'm saying? These are facts, people. This is not me giving my assumptions, bro. We really got to start putting things where it needs to be. Put it in its proper perspective, bro. You think these people would not take down these religions if these shits was for real? Of course they would. Of course. But remember what conquered Africa, bro. Remember what conquered Africa, bro. I've been telling you guys I've been telling you the facts for the last how many years now? Remember what conquered Africa, bro? Africa was not conquered solely on Europeans coming into the place and just straight violating. That's not how it started. The origin of the invasion came with the Euro-Christian ideology. You don't have to listen to me. You can do your homework, bro. Just do your homework. The Congo till this day is literally till this day suffering. I just got intel that says that in the Congo, there's 48 women that gets raped. You hear what I'm saying? That gets raped every hour, bro. 48 women by the malicious people, bro. Whether it's the military army or by the goddamn by these Europeans. This is facts, people. These things is going on all over, whether it's in Sudan, whether it's in the Congo, but it's more damage going on in the Congo, and nobody asks why. Nobody says, "Yo, bro, why is this going on?" You gotta make that make sense. But yo, listen, man, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back later. I just gotta make a few runs. Gotta take care of this. I gotta make a phone call, and I'm gonna be back, man. But yeah, we gotta do better as people, bro, for real. You heard? Mahalo.